book which I had read in 2023. The name of the book is, this is the name of the book. The name of the book is Man's Search for Meaning, written by Viktor Frankl. This book has sold 9 million copies. That's a big number for a book. The book has 154 pages. And about the book. A book is a view of a person who was in Auschwitz camp in Germany. And he was in Hitler's concentration camp. Auschwitz was a Hitler's concentration camp where he suffered untold miseries. He saw people going through untold pain, sorrow, grief, loss of all kind of emotions, loss of family members, loss of health, loss of wealth, loss of mental peace. Viktor Frankl was an Austrian psychiatrist, and in this book he takes you through a journey of what happened in those camps and how did he cope with them. His observation tells us that the people who were having hope were the ones who survived. So this book is a story of hope against all kind of darkness, misery, negativity. So whenever anyone thinks that they have lots of problems in their lives, there are people who have gone through bigger problems. This book tells us how Viktor Frankl survived Holocaust, how he survived the concentration camp, how he survived the loss of his loved ones, and this is basically a journey of that story. Viktor Frankl founded logotherapy, a school of psychotherapy that describes a search of life, its meaning, as a central human motivational force. He tells us that those people who have the ability to look after others, even in the most difficult situation, are the ones who can survive that pain and misery. Let me read some pages from this book for your understanding. It's beautiful. This particular line is beautiful on how to survive difficult situations. It says, the man whose self-esteem has always depended on the respect of others. The man whose self-esteem had always depended on the respect of others is emotionally destroyed. Frankl would have argued that we are never left with nothing as long as we retain the freedom to choose how we will respond. So what does it say? It says that if we decide and we believe that our self-esteem can be destroyed by others, if anybody can insult us, then we can get insulted. This particular passage talks about how, as human beings, we have a habit of judging people. Now look at this para. But it is not for me to pass judgment on those prisoners who put their own people above everyone else. Who can throw a stone at a man who favors his friends under the circumstances sooner or later? It is a question of life or death. No man should judge unless he asks himself in absolute honesty whether it is in a similar situation he might have not done the same. The situation and the camps are so bad that people had resorted to cannibalism. Here this para tells you that story. They tried to save themselves, but they only sealed their own fates. Months later, after liberation, I met a friend from the old camp. He related how he, as a camp policeman, had searched for a piece of human flesh that was missing from a pile of corpses. He confiscated it from a pot in which he found it cooking. Cannibalism had broken out. So this book basically revolves and talks about the human emotions and tells us a story about how a man triumphs over all difficult situations. It's a very fast book to read, makes for nice reading. It is no way that this book sold 9 million copies without it being so nice. Makes for good reading. Thank you. Take care. See you again.